on paper, it is works of art. Keep that where it's supposed to go. It is January, and as you can, most of you can tell, we were taking dues today. And it was a little bit of a jungle over there, right, Donna? Our dues are due in January through December. Please, when you're coming and checking in every time, check to make sure you have the correct emails, addresses, and phone numbers where we can contact you. Sometimes people move, just like I'm moving on Thursday, and I will have to change mine. And we can keep you updated on all things that are happening. I know that some of you do not have emails, and so those are the ones you have to make sure you have a good address, and we know that you don't have an email. If you make any changes, email them to us during the month if you think about it. It'll just help us get moving a little faster. When I started this agenda this morning, I realized how much has happened and will happen for us in the next couple of months. And my brain is not here with me today, so be patient. First, for those of you that did not get to attend our Christmas luncheon due to the complications in her health, our wonderful Vice President, Judy Hobling, has resigned, and Stony Lawrence is going to be our Vice President. She is homesick today. This is a sickness that's going around. So I want to thank both Judy for all the work you did, and for Stony for taking over this new adventure. Judy Hobling has worked with Dillman's this year. We're going to do the event not on our normal meeting, so she's going to get up and come up here so we can discuss what it's about. Why don't you talk in the microphone? So everyone can hear you.
I think I'm not loud enough?
Yeah. I can touch my body though. There. I'm strong. Yeah. How many times can you get tangled in there? There.
Okay. Can everybody hear me? I'm pretty loud otherwise, Okay? Many of you know that during the summer months, I work, and during the winter months, for a big resort in northern Wisconsin. It's called Dillman's Bay Lodge. And you might remember that last year we had an open house at the Dunedin Fine Arts Center, and we brought in a couple famous artists from Florida. We did demos, we had a nice buffet, and it was all free. So we're going to do that again. Woo! Yeah, I'm glad that you're glad. So the events are such that at 1 o'clock we will have,
What's the date?
February 2nd. Put it down. And this is from 1 to 3. Okay? So February 2nd, 1 to 3. At 1 o'clock, David Becker, who is a really wonderful watercolor artist, and he teaches well, and he is coming. And Hannah Einason at 2 o'clock is going to teach how to do watercolor journaling. And she makes this real fun and interesting.
Was she there last year?
She was.
Oh, she got me going. Yeah, that was fun.
Yep. So she's going to do that again. She comes up from Naples, Florida. David is coming all the way from the Chicago suburbs, so it should be a really fun afternoon. Now we've added something else. We're going to do a paint party that evening. That's February 2nd, and it's from 6:30 to 9 p.m. If you are a Dunedin Fine Arts Center member, the fee is $35 for the class. If you are not, it's $45. This is going to be a fun party. You can bring your own drinks. And we will work on a painting, and if David does what he usually does, he sort of paces it so that you go along and paint what he paints, which is kind of typical of a paint party. And when you go home, you have a beautiful painting, believe me. So if you want more info about this, I have some sheets on my table, You can call the Fine Arts Center and get tickets. Actually, that's probably what you should do. Get on the phone, call the Fine Arts Center and get on the list, because this class, I think, will fill up quickly.
Do we have to?
You don't have to have any kind of a reservation for the afternoon, okay? And if all of you come again like you did for me last year, my boss will be so happy. So come again, enjoy the afternoon, and then come again for the paint party in the evening. I think you'll have lots of fun. Thank you very much.
What time is the paint party?
The paint party is from 6:30 to 9.
Thank you.
Can you leave me one of those copies and we could scan it and put it for the brush fire?
Yeah.
Okay.
I wanted to know, for the morning, do we have to call and make an appointment or say
For
that
the,
we're
for the,
coming?
basically from 1 to 3 about, you don't need to make any reservation, just come.
Okay, and the one in the afternoon, we do it
That's the same thing.
Oh,
No reservation, it's the evening that you need to call and get a ticket.
okay.
Yes, I'm in the far corner.
And there is a limit, I mean, the class will fill up, I think, so get in touch. Thank you very
Judy,
much.
there's someone a question over there in the corner.
Yeah,
I just wanted to give you all the DFAC number. It's 727-298-3322.
yes. That is for the Dunedin Fine Arts Center. There is a phone number if you want to write it down. It is 727-298-3322. Anybody else? Hey, yeah.
For the paint party, do you bring supplies or the supplies?
Okay, great question. You don't have to bring anything.
Wow.
David provides paper, paint palette, everything you need. So you don't have to bring a thing.
And it's watercolor?
Yes, just bring yourself and a friend or two and a bottle of wine. Okay. Thanks again.
Okay, this year's holiday luncheon was at the Countryside Country Club, and as was our spring luncheon, it went very smoothly. There were always a few bumps in the road. Judy Viano from St. Pete was our judge, and thanks to the plan of John Baldetti for setting up the art, it was very easy for her to go in and tell exactly which pictures were in each category, and she did it really pretty fast. We were all kind of amazed at how fast she did it. I was like 15 minutes, we were done, so that was really nice. So thank you, John, for your plan of organization. It really works, and we'll do it again. The plan that we used, telling us what you were bringing, also worked very well, because at the very beginning we were overloaded with watercolor artists, and quite a few of you pulled back and did something in another medium. It really allowed an even amount of artists entering in each category, except for the photography and the instructors. We don't have very many instructors, and we don't have very many photographers, at least we didn't for this luncheon. So they only got a first place. So it worked out fairly. But if we have anyone here that does photography and has been juried in, try to enter into that medium for the spring luncheon, so we have a nice show of photographers showing their artwork. Directories. We have discussed some new things that we're going to be doing with our directories. We're going to add, for the next one, which will be worked on next summer, supply lists, telling you where you can get things, where you can get pre-cut mats, where you get plastic bags, buckets for store displays, blicks for things. We're going to have a list where you can find the things you need to make it easier. We're also going to put the possibility out there of trying to get businesses to put ads. Yes, Susan?
We're also going to put those same suppliers on the website.
Okay.
Tony and I have been working on this. If you have suppliers that you really, really like, please let us know.
I know, now I got to get my brain back on track.
Directories.
Directors, thank you. That's where my brain is today. Okay, we're gonna do ads. Let's say I'm gonna contact the person that does our printing, maybe Dick Blick. See if they're willing to put an ad in our directory, and that will help cover the cost of the directories. This is a great idea. You took back, okay. And we're gonna be talking about, and something else we're gonna be doing as a fundraiser also. We're trying to find some ways of covering the cost of our new meetings. But let me hold that back till we get to it. My plans with the calendar in the back of your directories had the calendar. I'm gonna try to, every time we have a major change, to reprint it up and put double-face tape on. I was in no condition yesterday and today to be able to do that, so they will be ready. I will send out your calendar so you have it on the computer, but I will also make out copies for you to put in the directories at the next meeting. And if we have any changes, then you've always got it in front of you. We are also, Stoney's going to work out a system where we are going to be putting our directory online, so that if you don't have a copy in front of you, you can go to our website, go somewhere and see and look it up that way too. So that's something else we're going to be working on this summer. So if anyone needs directories that you have not got a directory yet, before you leave today, come fill out my list, because I will keep a track. I have a feeling I have to go to the printer and order some more. I think I only had about 4 or 5 more left, and if there's enough of you, I'll just go and make another 25 copies. It's nice to do it that way. We're not going to have the overload of unused directories that we had last time. Website. I don't know if any of you have been on our website, but it is old, and it is a mess, and it is not updated. It is a disaster zone. So we've been discussing this for a while now. We have 4 ideas, 4 options that will be the best for our guild we will be picking. We're going to review pricing, experience, etc. Creative Artists Guild of Dunedin has a new domain name that we will be using. Do you know what it is? It's called Creative Artists Guild at Club.
Club.
At dot club. Okay. That's what I forgot, the dot. I knew I was missing something when I was reading this. And that'll be in our on the website when it's all adjusted, when it's all updated.
Club.
Dot club.
Club.
Club. CLUB. And the art categories that we used for the luncheon, I felt that me and Stoney did a lot of work looking at other clubs' classifications of categories, and we had added one, we kind of changed some things, and it's called the graphic. There might be another word to it, but all I can remember this morning was the graphic. It includes the alcohol ink, the pastels, the colored pencils, the pen and inks, and charcoals. We took all of the 3-dimensional pieces, like Stoney's, like Donna's paper pieces, and pottery, and things like that, and those are in our 3D collection. It also includes collaging, because that's a little more 3-dimensional. And then we have our regular oil, acrylic, watercolor, mixed media, and instructors. This is, I feel, the best category choices. We're going to make a vote on it when we do all of our votes for bylaws and standing rules. So this will go in this will be one of our bylaws, that these are the new classifications. I put in the brush fire the awards from the Christmas luncheon, and I really realized what a silly thing I did. Some things wrong. We have the best of show was Donna Linder. Donna, are you here? Instructor was Carol Oceano, who is our demonstrator for today. Oil was Scott Suits. We didn't have very many oil painters this time, so we only had one award. Photo, Stoney Lawrence. Watercolor first was John O'Hara. He is a new member. Second was Joanne Baxter. Third was Nancy O'Cara. Honorable mention was Ronnie O'Connor, and I put down a 4th. I don't know where my brain was at. Honorable mention was Marge Giroux. In the 3D, the first place went to Liz Little. Second went to Susan Mayhew for one of her wonderful pottery fused glass pieces, wasn't it? Is that what it was? Okay. Third place went to Judy Hilbling, and an honorable mention went to Donna Plunkett. The acrylic first was Polly Berlin. Second was John Baldetti. Third was Ann Warren. Honorable mention was Lynn Rattay. The graphic first went Kristen Santucci. Second, Anita Mead. Third, Janice Damasi. Honorable mention was Tommy Carey and Joyce Swanson. Mixed media, we had first at Margaret Donahue, second at Margaret Majeski, third at Barbara Conley, and fourth at Barbara Massey. Honorable mention went to Sylvia Ryder. So those were the awards. If you guys didn't get a brush fire, that was our awards from our Christmas luncheon. I wanted to just announce them all for everybody. We are going to be starting our new evening meeting. We're calling it a art get-together and meeting. It's going to be the third Thursday of every month. We're going to be starting it on January the 18th in Friendship Hall, in the room in the back where the floor has the tile floor and sinks. Because we're going to possibly making some, if you're bringing something to work on that you're going to make drippings and things to the floor, please bring some plastic so we don't have to bring mops and buckets to clean up after we're done. It's getting together and working on the round tables. Sit with someone else that does something you do. Sit at a table with somebody that does something you've never seen done before. This is to experience and inspire each other through all of our different venues and mediums of art. People will start coming in at 5:30. We're going to have our meeting at 7 to 8. This is the plan as of yet. And this particular meeting is going to be really updating. We have a lot of members who cannot come to our meetings. I know by the over 100 that never ever come, that we can see on the list that ever come to a meeting, that they must be working or taking care of somebody that they cannot come in the day. And that is one of the reasons we're doing this nighttime meeting. We'll give out the updates, basically what we talk about here on Tuesday. And they can pay for their shows, their dues. They can pay for that all up in person. We're trying to engage. Most of the members that are here today are always here today, are always our members. We want to get the rest of the members engaged in this group to be inspired and to inspire each other. So the meeting will be between 7 and 8, and then we'll play around with we want to go back to paint or to do critiques. I know that 1212 and us at Seabags, when we're done after lunch and things, we sit down, we critique each other's artwork. It's wonderful. Someone will say something about your picture that you hadn't seen how to do something, or what you're doing. They'll have an idea to make it easier or better. So it's really a good learning lesson for all of us. Okay, we have copies of that. If you want to take a couple of these copies to give to other people, you do not have to be a member to come to this event, just like you don't have to be a member here. We hope that the people that do come will join, but let them come and see what it's all about. I think those two not talking. Our new indoor shows. Our first indoor show, we've already had two. Seems like forever we've been sitting down and talking. Our new indoor show was visited, the first one by a lot of guests, but we were really testing the best time for these events, and each we're trying them at different times with different plans to see which is the best way to do it. This last one, we did it in conjunction with Howard Allen out in the park with the closed off streets. And we all thought it would be good, but it did not work. They did not like they kept moving our signs. They kept, we had people out there trying to guide people to come back to us, and they got told they were better be quiet, that they were not allowed to, that was against the rules or against the law, or so all we could do was hand out the little flyers that said what our shows were. Because we have a flyer that says our art in the parks and our indoor shows for the rest of this year. The weather didn't help because it was cold. I'm not sure. We heard that they had a lot of people out there. It didn't work for us. We're not going to do it with Howard Allen again. Any comments of anyone that was there? Yes.
I would like feedback from the people who participated in the indoor show. Feedback on the floor plan. Did you have enough space? Did you have too much space? These kind of things we need to know so that when we do the next show, we get what people need for the shows.
Thank you. Also, we had decided not to put an ad in the paper because I figured Howard Allen was doing a lot of advertising, and he did. He had commercials on TV, he had written ads. It didn't help us personally, so we are not gonna do any shows indoor without doing major advertising. Yes,
Is it possible to use some of our dues to buy one of those air balloon people that in the church program?
well, thank you, someone else mentioned it. Thank you for reminding me. We do have money in our budget for that. Do you understand what she's talking about? There's these like they're like yellow guy with arms and his ears blowing and their hands to catch people's attention, and he could have something written on him.
Yeah, we could put a paintbrush in one hand and a palette in the other, and then it would just.
So like I said, this is a learning lesson. It took a long time for Art in the Park to get the bugs worked out, and we're still tweaking that anyway. But it took years before people knew that we were doing the Art in the Park. So we can't get upset with just the 2 shows. Yes, Sharon.
I basically think if we do more advertisement, that's going to make the big difference. Because people do look at that weekender thing.
Yeah, because the first show I was asking people how they found us, and
And that's
half
how
of the
they
people
came.
either saw it on Facebook or half the people saw it on our ad. And we're for Art in the Park for Sunday, we put in a size a little bit bigger ad because people were having trouble reading the business card size. So we added the little extra expense and went with the bigger ad so it was easier to read.
Pam,
Yes,
I was doing a demo that day out there.
I was gonna announce that.
Were you gonna, okay, and herding people in. When you do a demo by your booth, if you can, if your setup is able to do that, even if you're just sitting doing a quick sketch, it's amazing the people that will stop and talk to you versus just look at your stuff and walk right on by. So it really does help, and I think it helped bring at least a few people in.
Donna, Doreen, did you get any people coming and talking to you while you were demonstrating? Okay.
Yes, I did.
Doreen was showing doing something with clay. Sculpture, okay. Let me get back on track here. So we learned a lot, and the weather, the cold, damp, windy did not help. If the weather was good, we had planned to put artists with their tents, with their canopies out on the sidewalk of grass between the sidewalk and the parking lot. And I think if we'd have been out there, people would have seen, that would have drawn people that were walking by over to see. So all the things just didn't work in our favor, but we're gonna learn from it. That shows that we do need that. I originally planned on making 2 banners, but because of Christmas and I didn't get back from North Carolina in time to have him make us any more banners, but I'm glad because I don't know if a 10-foot banner is what we need. We might need to do something shorter with more banners, shorter, with spikes in different locations so people will be able to see us, not just on the side of the building. I don't know how we're going to put it on the side of the building anyway, so I'm glad that did not work out. And I want to thank Joy Swanson, who bravely set up and demonstrated her pastels, as well as Sylvia Ryder standing out, giving our schedules out and letting them know that we were having our show. So thank you to you. And we had some heaters. I don't know. You couldn't really have a heater out there, could you?
It was all right.
Our next indoor show is Saturday, February 24th. We can do all the extra advertising, signs and banners, and artists on the street to see if this framework works. That's one of the things we need to find out. We need to make this a show that is the same time every month, just like our meetings are the second Tuesday, just like Art in the Park is the second Sunday, just like our evening meetings is the third Thursday. So that's what this is all about, testing the waters to see which would be the best format for us to use, the best time frame. I do have an idea of a way of doing something for the next show. I have actually 2 ideas, but I'm only going to talk about one this time. I was at the Art Center last month I went to visit my sister to give her something, and on a Saturday they had an open house, and they had all the teachers in the rooms all over the Art Center, and you had to go and if you went and took and got the artist's signature next to their name, and you turned it into the bucket, you could possibly win a free art class, $159 art class. So everyone was walking through, and talking to every artist, every teacher. It was really great because I sat there and watched it. I want to do the same thing, but we're going to give out stars instead of signatures, because anyone could put any signature that they want on it. We would never go check it. And we would then give people with them, when they get it all completely filled out, they dump it in a bucket, and we would give them $25 gift certificates to restaurants in Dunedin. I'm hoping that I can get the restaurants that I want to go, that are available, to have them match. If we buy 2, that they will give us 2. So we'll use that in our advertising, that they could take a chance of winning free gift certificates for dinners. There are some other ideas, but that's kind of the easiest one to go with. That means they have to stop by and interact with every artist that's showing. So just because you're in the other room or in this room isn't going to make any difference. They have to go by and see every artist. Yes, Susan?
I think demos will also be a big boost. If we do more demos, we will get more people, because we can put that in our advertising.
Okay? Did you guys hear all that? So if anyone wants to do a demo that's showing in the next show, let us know so we can, I'd like to be able to get them spaced throughout, not all lumped together, because then it'd be confusing for everybody. Mary Tucci, did you raise your hand?
Yes. Demo.
Oh, demo, okay. Okay. Anyone else think they want to do, that's going to the 24th show, that wants to do a demo?
That's a Saturday?
Yeah, Saturday.
During the day.
Marissa?
I could do one by mine.
Okay, Marissa, what are you, oil, acrylic?
Oil.
Oh, okay,
Yeah, put me down, I'll do another
Okay.
one outside. I'll do my pastels.
okay.
Pam,
Yes.
why don't we each just plan on doing a demo at our...
Well, that's what we're doing. Yeah, that's what we're talking about. But I don't want demos right next to each other. We'll just space everyone apart. That's why I was asking.
And if you're on the carpet, this is not a good place to paint.
Yeah. If you're gonna do painting, we gotta put you in the other room. Now, Doreen didn't have a problem with the clay.
I just have a question.
Yes.
Do we have Wi-Fi capabilities in this building?
Some people do and some people don't.
Because it would be nice to have music.
Yeah.
Like especially in the back.
Well, we thought of that.
Can I say something?
Yeah, hold on.
Okay, so I've been bringing my Bluetooth speaker. If nobody's familiar, if you're not familiar with that, it's something you can connect to your phone. It's something that you can connect to something else. And it's been really helpful for me to stay upbeat, and a lot of people have commented on it. So if you have a Bluetooth speaker, or if you have access to Amazon, they're not expensive. You can set up a playlist, and you can have music in your little space that really works with your energy. And rather than us having to have music throughout the whole place. So
She's usually out in the hallway when people
Yeah,
walk in.
so I was out in the hall. I've been playing music out there, but music can go far, and it can go far for having us all feel good together. But I'd like to also say something else. And basically, Pam's been saying this over and over. This is an experiment. And with experiments, things don't always go perfectly. So sometimes we don't sell. Sometimes things go wire. But in order for it to be successful, I think that we all need to be sure to be on top of spreading it with word of mouth, sharing it on Facebook, making sure that we know where it's advertised and we can tell people about it. But I just wanted to mention that real quick because it is going to be really important for us all to come together to make this happen.
And Izzy, you'll help if somebody wants help with their Bluetooth.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's interesting idea, and I thought of that, but it sounds very interesting. I don't know, like, is it?
We can help you.
And not everybody needs it. People who know how to do it, do it.
Sylvia, did you have I can't hear you. Hold on.
I download music on my phone.
Sylvia, you gotta stand up. I can't hear you.
Couldn't hear you, Sylvia.
Sylvia, say it again.
I said, I like the idea, except that if, say, 50% of us do that,
It's gonna be.
Nope, not everybody's gonna do that.
yeah, but if it's still, I mean, we could have.
Would we be all on the same playlist?
You can have music.
Well, this is something that we'll probably be discussing on what, if we've got somebody, if we can have one person in each room have it set up, like she's doing the hallway, if we could have someone do this room and some in the other room,
One person talking at a time?
it would be, then that would take care of that problem, you know what I mean? We just need somebody to volunteer from each room to put music on.
There you go, one person.
And to be honest with you, in this particular room, and the other room, if we needed to, and I thought about this for Art in the Park, is we could just use a radio with CD player and hook it up with the speakers. So if, you know, you can be your, if we don't have anyone doing it in this room, then that's what we'll do, because I talked about that for Art in the Park, even with the batteries, with recorders and things like that. Did you have something to say, Marissa? Okay. Art in the Park. Here again, the discussion of reserved spots needs to be discussed. What was really good about you guys telling us what kind of art you had that you were going to be showing allowed us to make sure we didn't have everyone doing pottery together. We had 3 potters and we had one in each section. Watercolor artists, one in each section. It works really well that way, and because of this particular layout, it really didn't make any difference which room you're in. The people were going to start walking through either room, and it worked. Where the reserved spaces at Art in the Park has been a confrontation that we've been discussing for ages, because it is very hard to get there at 6:30 in the morning to set up so that you get the spot that you want, because all the new people don't realize that that's the spot that you've been using for the last 10, 15 years. So the plan is to do reserved spaces. If you do not call and let us know 2 days before that you're not going to be there, you do that enough times, you're going to lose your right to that spot. And we will have reserved spaces, and then a bunch of that will be the fill-ins for the people that only show once in a while. And this has to be, they're only reserved for those that are buying yearly memberships, who pay for the whole year up front. You're the only ones who are going to get the reserved spots. Not the people that just come once here and once there. Because that would be, our bookkeeping, our trying to keep record of where everyone goes would drive us crazy. Yes?
I would like to come regularly, but I don't know that I can pay for every, like I would have to pay every month. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, usually with Art in the Park, the deal is you pay for the whole season up front for like $150, and you get one for free out of that. So that's how it works.
Can you pay the other way, though?
Yeah, but you're not going to get to be able to have a reserved spot. We placed, like I said, an ad in the Tampa Bay Times for our, it's called the Friday Out on the Town for our Art in the Park. And something else we've been discussing is showing your work indoors or out in the park is a privilege. It is something, it's a gift that I can't think of how I said it. There's a lot of people that join this club just to come to Art in the Park. They do not enhance our club in any way. They don't volunteer. They don't inspire. They come just to go to Art in the Park. We don't like that. Especially those of us members that spend an awful lot of our time trying to keep this club rolling and Art in the Park rolling, indoor shows rolling. So we might come up with some ideas that if you do not come to so many meetings a year or do not volunteer to be in any volunteer times, you will not be able to even show an Art in the Park. So that's one of the things